Hi there folks, welcome back to Rich Reviews. I want to thank everyone who's been subscribing to this channel. I want to thank everyone who's been commenting on these videos. I want to thank everyone who's been watching these videos. That is really awesome folks, you are great. I never thought I'd get this many views on each of my videos. Help the least viewed films get more views. That'd be awesome folks. You are all wonderful, as I keep repeating. Next few weeks, I'm going to be giving you a lot more reviews because, it's Christmas season. Basically, I want to get these films in. And maybe a couple more days after Christmas, you'll be getting some more reviews as well. The film that I'm reviewing right now is a film called Manchester by the Sea, and this is the long way to follow-up film from Kenneth Lonergan. He made You Can Count on Me, and he made Margaret, were critical darlings, although didn't make much money overall. An older brother Joe, played by Chandler, dies due to congestive heart failure. Handyman from Boston, Lee Chandler, played by Casey Affleck, returns to his hometown of Manchester by the Sea, obviously, which I think is in Massachusetts or somewhere. He has to plan the funeral, and he also has a 16-year-old nephew, Patrick, played by Lucas Hedges, staying with him so he can look after him and figure out what to do next with him. Much to Lee's surprise, Joe in his will named him Patrick's guardian, and Lee is like, what? He never discussed this with me. I don't know what to do with the kid, basically, here. And all Lee wants to do is basically go back to Boston. Patrick also wants to know, why can't Lee just stay in his hometown where he can work on this fishing the boat that his dad worked on, and Lee could probably get a job in town, although, Lee doesn't really want to do that. And basically, we also get flashbacks to Lee's life, in particular, that, he had a lot of family here. He had a wife, who's now his ex-wife, Randy, played by Michelle Williams, and that there's a tragedy that befell upon to Lee that now makes him a shell of a man, basically, and him unable to really move on from what happened to this particular tragedy that cost him basically everything. If there's two things I can say positively about this film, first and foremost, it's the scenery, which, again, who wouldn't probably want to live in Manchester by the Sea, I guess, if that's what this is all about. I guess is a fishing village town. And the fact that, this is one of the quicker 2 hours and 15-minute films that you'll come across, basically, that makes it all more bearable. I'm going to say something here before I really drop the hammer on this film. First and foremost, clearly Kenneth Lonergan is a critical darling. He wrote Analyze This. He wrote Gangs of New York, which I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of, but yes, it's Martin Scorsese and, Leonardo DiCaprio, basically. He also made two other films, You Can Count on Me and Margaret. Apparently Margaret got stuck in a several-year legal battle where the fact that he wanted to make a 3-hour film, and he couldn't get the cut right, and the studio didn't want a 3-hour film, and, he eventually hired, Thelma Schumacher, who, was Martin Scorsese's regular, and, she tried to cut the film her particular way, and then eventually got released. But that's neither here nor there. The problem here is, folks, I personally believe this is one of the worst films I've seen this year. I just truly believe this. This is, to me, one of the further evidence of the fact that critics are over here, audiences are over here, and they have two very different expectations. Critics are used to 9 months of crap and 3 months of really good films, and clearly view Kenneth Lonergan as, a very good filmmaker, a very good storyteller. Audiences, maybe some will like this. Other audience members are going to be like, what is this all about? This is really about nothing. How Jerry Seinfeld once pitched a TV show about nothing. Well, this film is really about nothing, and basically it's like, here's the thing, you can make a film about nothing, but it has to be about something, and this film doesn't really tell you much about anything. It's clearly, yes, there was this accident, and, this film doesn't really ask the question, okay, does this sound really ostracized? Lee, does this sound really view him with natural suspicion, that it wasn't really an accident? That is never really made clear. It never really is answered here. Also, here's another thing. If your dad died of congestive heart failure, mother was an alcoholic and ran off, and here's the thing, Patrick's mother eventually remarries, or, he goes to have dinner with her and her new husband, her new husband is played by Matthew Broderick, and all throughout that scene with him in it, all I kept thinking to myself was, Bueller, Bueller, Bueller. It's like, why is he here? It's like, that makes no sense. Also, the fact is, there's like this one scene in which, yes, he's planning to have sex with his girlfriend in her girlfriend's house. What's the odds that our mother is going to find out that they're doing that, basically? It's like, you know, it's like, that's clearly telegraphed. Also, it's like, you know, again, I doubt Patrick would be acting this way, considering that the fact that, you know, everything has been happening to him. This guy would need therapy. I probably would need therapy as well, folks. I actually feel sorry for these people, but not in a good way that, oh yes, things are going to get better. I just think these people are really pitiful. It's like, Casey Affleck, you know, yeah, I'm sorry, you're not Ben Affleck, I'm sorry. It's like, yes, Ben Affleck managed to turn his career around, he managed to get some Oscars under his belt. You've just been doing a one-note performance your entire career. I'm just sorry, that's just how I feel. Michelle Williams, you know, the trailers have tried to tell her, you know, okay, she's going to be a heavy presence in this film. Nope, not really. I mean, she's in a few scenes, she mopes around, cries. That's the extent of what she does. I guess in some way she wants him back, but I'm sorry, you know, that's never really made clear. Again, considering this film is getting a high approval of Rotten Tomatoes, which is bizarre to me, and also the fact that, yeah, this is getting nominated for some Golden Globes. First of all, let me tell you, Golden Globes are a joke, basically, here, and also the fact that this is nothing more than the, you know, circle jerk of, you know, award season, basically, here, and the fact that I hope La 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 wins Best Picture and not this. You know, and again, this film basically just ends. There's no real ending here. So in the end, folks, despite boasting some scenery in a quick 2 hours and 15 minutes, this film really does not do anything for you. There is no nutritional value for you. Again, this is for critics only, basically. Again, maybe some audience will like this. God bless you if you do. What I'm going to do right now is I'm giving this an only see when you're drunk rating, because clearly, again, I'm sorry. You know, you want to do something good with your life, then do it, but otherwise, skip this film. Well, so let me ask you this, folks. What's your favorite Casey Affleck performance? You know, again, you know, any Casey Affleck performance. What's your favorite, you know, coming home story? You know, there you go. But as usual, folks, like, comment, subscribe, enrich yourself with knowledge. You'll go places, folks. I'll see you next time. You know, there you go. See ya.